Good evening and welcome to Nancy's Sunday Night Live. I'm Nancy from YB Stamp. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this evening I'm going to show you different ways to use the Capturing Smiles bundle by Stampin' Up! At first I was a little perplexed by it, I will say, but the more I play with it, the more I really like it. Alrighty, let's show you what I've got. Got everything stacked up here ready to show you. All right, I have these stamps. You may be wondering what I did to get that. I put this on a block and then I stamped it on the sheet, and then after it dried I used my Stampin' Seal to put on the thinner plastic. And then, because I need to know what stamp I'm missing, and I didn't want to keep doing this, and this is smaller than the actual pieces, so that's why I did that. And then the dies, which are pretty cool. So we've got one that looks like a film strip, and then camera parts. It was pretty cool to start playing with. So I'm going to put that aside for now. And you may have seen I started the week off by showing you this card that I made. Ta-da! And you pull it out and you can see the pictures. And then I have one that just shows what you could do with monochromatically. So you can see the camera there. And then I have the scrapbook from yesterday, and these are the pages that I did. Just kind of went through the flow of things. Added some camera pieces, as you can see. So that was my trip from a couple weeks ago from, hey Carolyn, for those of you that missed me online. Put this aside. And also I have this one, but I don't have it anymore because I sent it as a thank you to one of the people that we stayed with. Here you can see a close-up. Now you can't really tell, but these are our little pictures that I took while we were staying at his house, and I thought he would really like, actually seeing it. So here's the whole card. I thought I did pretty well. So you can't really see it, but if you look just between the thanks, there's like another panel because it's a double Z fold. And there's a picture of my husband and his buddy with his buddy's motorcycle. So that was pretty cool. All right, the first card we're going to do, I have these cute new little containers that I got from Target. And I pulled out everything that I was going to need so that I was ready. Now I'm going to make another monochromatic card for you. All right. So I just have an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock scored at 4 1/4, and then I have and this is Azure Afternoon, and then I also have a piece of Blueberry Bushel, and this is, I'm going to test myself because this is where I get into 16ths. This is 3/16 less each way. Figure that out, I know. And then these are the same size, so I cut 2 of these, are 3/16 less than that, just to create like a bit of a layered look. I also have a banner and an accent piece that I'm going to put across the front. And I pre-stamped with this cute little stamp some cameras in Azure Afternoon because I want to put those on dimensionals. So I'm just going to kind of wing this a bit. So I'm going to stamp some blueberry bushel cameras all around. Nothing specific, just kind of a random thing, I guess. Let's see. Because remember, I'm going to put some other cameras around. I guess that's good. We'll put this one on the inside. How's that? Since I already got ink on it. Don't want to waste ink, do we? Alrighty. I'm going to stick that aside and quickly wash this so I don't get blueberry bushel all over me, because I'm really good at that. Sadly. Alright. That's clean. Stick that aside. Okay, now I'm going to take the blueberry bushel and Azure Afternoon, and I'm going to stamp everyday moments. So I'm going to do it in both colors. Hopefully I'm getting it straight. Oops, sorry about that. And then moments. And then I thought I would put a little heart right here. And I'll do it in the, since I'm doing monochromatic. Whoops, I lost my heart. Sticking inside. I've used it a lot, as you can see. Okay, let's put this together. Nope, clean first. So we don't end up with blueberry bushel and Azure Afternoon all over us. I had a gal from one of my classes on Thursday use those colors, and she was covered in it. It was kind of funny, actually. Okay, I'm just going to quick put this on here, like so. So this is just under 4 to like 3 and 15/16 or something like that. And then it's a little crooked. It's 5/8 of an inch wide, this white piece. Alright, we're just going to go with it because I'm starting to get it on me. Okay. And then I'm just going to add seal to the blueberry bushel. And then add this to the front of the Azure Afternoon. Okay. And I couldn't decide if I wanted to put that on dimensionals or not. But I'm going to put some of these on with dimensionals, just to make things pop and give it some texture. So I think I may just whoops, I guess that'll be all right. I put it on too fast. That's what I get, right? I think I'll just put this flat since the cameras are gonna stay popped up. Let's see. I think I'll put it here. And then just randomly, hey Cheryl, can I order 2 of your photo cards? Yes, Cheryl, but you need to tell me what the occasion is for. All right. Let's see. Do I want it down here or up here? Maybe I'll kind of put it over the... There. Alright. There. Plain and simple, but it's cute. Oops, almost forgot to put the inside in. So you could use this for any occasion. Cheryl is one of my biggest supporters. She's like a drug dealer. She keeps me in business. Okay, so there's my first card. But plain but simple. It's cute. So you can see there's got some dimension to it. And then our little piece on the inside. Okay, one more card. Just doing 2 tonight. This one's a little more complicated. I have used some of the dies to cut pieces. So I have the 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4, and this is pecan pie. And then I have a piece of Lost Lagoon that's again 3/16 of an inch smaller. And then this is from this pack, Beautiful Bokeh. I thought it just kind of picked up the colors that I wanted. This is on clearance. So and I love this pack. Sad to see it go, but we can't always keep everything, right? All right, now I'm going to make this a portrait card. So I'm going to start by putting this on. And the reason that I'm putting these lower layers on first is because I'm going to build. I cut everything with dies. So we're going to build. So see, even the back of this bokeh paper is pretty, isn't it? Okay. Again, 3/16 of an inch smaller than the Lost Lagoon. And I have Lost Lagoon pecan pie and real red for stamps. And I have Life's Captured. And then I have pulled this Happy Birthday. I thought I might put on the inside. Haven't decided yet, but that's from this set, Simply Said. So just have that stuck up there. All right. So I'm going to start building my camera. So what I did was I stamped these in Memento on smoky slate. So that's what these 4 pieces are. And then I cut the film section out of Early Espresso, and then just a black, you know, like when you adjust your camera lens. And then there are 3 printed pictures that I went ahead and colored and stamped and cut out, die cut out. And then I also cut some blank ones. There were 2 here. I don't know where the last one went. It's MIA. Okay, so let's start building the camera. I'm going to start with the camera base. And I'm going to put it down flat because I'm going to use dimensionals on some of the other pieces. Uh-oh, looks like I'm getting low. Ruh-roh. Okay. And then this little piece goes here. So go over the little lens. It should line right up, like so. And then this piece goes down next. That's the one that adjusts your focus. Now I'm going to use this liquid glue, but I have it in my cute little container, and I keep it upside down in this my son-in-law and his business partner made. And these are on my website under my website shop, ybstamp.com. So I'm going to put this down first. Just like you would adjust a lens. And then this one goes down. Again, I'm using the glue. But see how nice and thin I can get the glue? That's why I put it in this little piece. And then I have the cover. But see, I have all these pieces built up, so that's why I put it flush, because you want to be able to mail it. Okay, there's our camera. Pretty cute, huh? Alright, now we're going to do a little bit of stamping. So I have this piece, and I want to do capture. Well, that's what I want to do. Capture on the outside and life's moments on the inside. So I'm going to use the Lost Lagoon, and I'm going to ink up everything except the D. It's kind of a little tricky, but you just kind of don't grab that D. Whoops. Hopefully it's straight. Oops. Not too bad. Alright. Then I'm just going to take my little snips. Sorry, scissors. And cut this. And then I'm going to mount it on this and cut that. It just was, oh see, I knew I was going to get to the end. It's alright, I'll use glue for the other. So see, now we're making it suspenseful that you have to open the inside. Okay. Now, the little pictures, I'm going to glue onto the back of this. So I'm getting my silicone mat out. And I'm going to flip it over. You can feel which is the front, which is the back. And I'm going to take my glue again. And I'm going to just go very lightly around, because I used the square die to cut the pictures out. They're just a tad bigger, as opposed to doing this, because I didn't want to have to line it up perfect when I stamped it. Now, another reason to use glue is because you can move it around and reposition things if need be. So see how we can move that around to center it better. Of course, it's sticking to my fingers now that I say that, right? It's being a little stubborn. we go. But the square fits where the stamp goes fits perfect in there. Alright, I'm going to move that. I'm going to put this down and this down. I don't know, I think I'll do it all in an angle. Again, I'll use my glue. And stick them down. And since I have the glue out, I'll use that for this. Normally I'd use the Stampin' Seal, but okay. There we go. Putting that tip on my glue. Alright, inside piece. What did I do with the little cardstock? I lost it already. How did I do that? Didn't I just have it here? I did. But I don't know where I put it already. I lost it. Well, let's quick make another. I'll pull out my trimmer. And I cut the inside to 5 1/4 by 4. Is pretty standard. That makes it 1/8 of an inch all the way around the inside, so that there's 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Okay, and then I said I was going to stamp Life's Moments. Oops, sorry, squeak. Life's I'm going to do moments in a different color. And then I'm going to put some hearts. Alright. With the bread. You could even put a little camera down here if you want to. Hell, let's do that. We'll put a heart up here. And then I'll take the pumpkin pie and I will do that little camera. See, there's just so many things you can do with this. Above my card. Oh, I ran out of seal. Quickly change. I have a whole drawer full of these. Alright, and see, this is how easy it is to change. Pop it right in. Just roll it on the back. There we go. Quick and easy. Some with dies, some with stamps. And they make great photo albums. So, what else do I have to show you? Oh yeah, it's time for another product of the month. I have this coming this week. I can't wait to see it. It's actually a die, a background die. So I'm looking forward to that, actually. I think that'll be pretty cool. And if anybody's interested, I have the 5-card tutorial. These are all stepped up a bit for sale on my website, ybstamp.com. I will put the link in when I post the cards so that you have them. And anyone that spends anyone that's on my team or spends $50 or more, well, no, anyone on my team that spends $50 or more, or anyone that spends $50 or more in my store, my online store on Stampin' Up, I will send you this free 3-card tutorial. One of them is a video. All 3 of them have PDFs. I've gotten together with 6 other demonstrators to do this, and they're fantastic. There are so many different ideas, and you don't necessarily have to use the exact colors and cardstock and DSP and stamps that they have. I think that even just the basic design is pretty versatile. And then this week on Wednesday, Creative Challenge at 7 p.m. on Facebook. I can't wait. All right. Thank you very much for joining me. Next week we will be doing Rolling Waves. So until then, happy stamping.